What's up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we're back with another last to first challenge here on F1 2020. And of course this week it is the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona, and I thought as Sergio Perez returns this weekend after of course having the coronavirus, bit of a shame for him, but now he is back in the paddock after missing 2 races, so I thought we would take Sergio Perez in this week's challenge. So he did qualify in 4th place yesterday, and I think he could be challenging Verstappen for a place on the podium in the real life race. That'll be quite the result for Sergio. But now looking at the strategy today, lowering the fuel very slightly, and I'm also going to start like last week with Norris at Silverstone on the medium tyre. We will then head to the soft compound tyre for the second half of the race, where we should be absolutely rapid. However, the 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix, lights out and away we go here in Barcelona. Grosjean with a pretty average start. To be kind to him ahead of us, we go to the left of him and try and go round the outsides of Latifi, looking for some room and finding it on the outside of the track, sweeping round quite a few cars here. We've got Giovinazzi on our right. Can we maybe get the Italian in that Alpha? And yes, we can. Lovely move around the outside right there and gaining, I think that's 6 positions in the first 3 corners. We will take that, that is for sure. Next up we have Pierre Gasly and Kimi Raikkonen. I think we'll probably be quicker than definitely Kimi Raikkonen. Pierre Gasly has had quite the start to the season, hasn't he? He looks absolutely fantastic in that AlphaTauri. To be honest, he looks a lot better than Albon now he's put back in that AlphaTauri. So I wonder if they may do a switch again. But now coming onto this long straight, getting a decent run on Gasly. Do we go to the outside? No, we don't. To the insides, massive lunge, and we actually get Kimi as well. Double overtake right there, and that is very, very nice. Now up to P12 on lap 1, and we actually have our teammate Lance Stroll just ahead of us. For some reason, Codemasters haven't released a performance patch yet, so we still have the cars in kind of the same pecking order when the game was released, as I go a bit wide through the chicane there. But the Racing Point hasn't really been buffed like it should be in real life. Obviously the pink Mercedes and Ferrari are still very quick. They haven't really been reduced to a midfield team, so hopefully they do make those changes pretty soon. But coming back to the race, now on lap 4, and I'm just trying to stay in Stroll's kind of DRS, or at least move into it. You can see I've stretched away from Kimi and Gasly now on lap 5, and as we move on to lap 5, quickly getting through this race, getting a run on Stroll. Do we lunge down the inside? No, we don't, but Lance Stroll feeling the pressure, and guys, look at Lance Stroll throughout this last sector. The back end constantly stepping out. He is clearly struggling on those softer tyres, and this is the stage of this stint where my medium tyres are really coming to the fore over those softer tyres which are going away, and I'm really starting to feel a lot quicker than Lance Stroll at this stage of the Grand Prix, getting a good run out of the final corner now, and Stroll covers the inside line. That is fine, we will just stay on the racing line right round the outside. He's got no DRS, dropping off the back of the Renault Ocon up ahead, and we will gladly take that position. And we actually got purple first sector on that lap, and I'm really pushing now here on lap 6 because Ocon is just outside my DRS. You can see the back end was stepping out there, but Ocon, Sainz and a few others do pit on this lap, and that did actually help me get some DRS, which was very, very nice. And you can see pulling away from Lance Stroll, now 2 seconds ahead here on lap 7, trying to catch Norris as well. However, the remaining soft compound runners do come into the pits here on lap 7, so obviously we're on the mediums. We will now go into the lead of the Grand Prix. Obviously we still need to make our stop, but Verstappen and Hamilton will be a lot faster than us at this stage. But Verstappen is now almost up to our gearbox, 3 seconds behind, and this is when we are coming into the pits. Hopefully we can stay away of Stroll, because of course he's put on fresh tyres. He should be definitely quicker than me at this stage of the Grand Prix, at least in those laps where I was still out on my old medium tyres. So hopefully you can see there's a gap in front of Lance Stroll and behind Esteban Ocon. That's where we were, and it seems that is exactly where we're going to come out here on lap 10, and we're now on the soft compound tyres in P11, ready to attack for some points in this Grand Prix. And we have both McLarens and Esteban Ocon just up the road. I can also see Alexander Albon in that Red Bull not too far ahead as well. So you can see in this third sector, Ocon just so much slower than us. We have so much grip, we can really chuck the car into all of these corners, gaining DRS instantly and pulling right away from Stroll, now 4 seconds ahead of our Canadian teammate. And we actually did go purple there in sector 3, but now onto lap 11. You can see Ocon just up ahead. This is a crucial fast right hand corner. Ocon gets DRS as well, which is going to make it difficult, but we lunge down the inside, and that is a very nice move right there, getting it all slowed down just in time. And that is us into P10 now. Lando Norris up next, but again, he is right on his teammate Carlos Sainz's tail at his home Grand Prix, and obviously that gives Lando Norris DRS, which does make our job a little bit harder. We're in kind of a DRS train, but hopefully these soft tyres do give us enough of an advantage. As we now approach the Brit, another massive lunge, almost a carbon copy, but this time we go slightly deeper into the corner, get it all slowed down just about, and we get the move done on Lando right there. Now onto lap 13, and this race is flying by. Carlos Sainz is next up, but these soft tyres obviously are going to go off much more quickly than those mediums, so we do need to make this count as quickly as possible before kind of the equalization of the tyres comes into play. But getting a fantastic exit again out of that final corner, we swerve to the inside of the roads, and that is us straight into P8. And this has been a fantastic Grand Prix for us, and it's not done yet because we have Ricciardo and Albon just 2 seconds ahead, and that is actually also a Mercedes, you may notice. Valtteri Bottas is just up the road. He's really struggling in this Grand Prix, it seems. And he's actually holding up Ricciardo and Albon. And again, I'm really pushing the car, you can see here in sector 3, trying to get in that second DRS. The detection is just after this chicane. It's just over a second to Albon, but chucking the car in there, and we just about get the DRS. And that is crucial with just 2 laps left in this Grand Prix now to get DRS to help us close the gap to those guys if we're going to have a chance of overtaking them. But talking of overtaking, Ricciardo up the inside of the Mercedes ahead. Valtteri Bottas seriously in trouble, and Ricciardo on fire in that Renault, making the move on the Mercedes. But this is going to really help us close up to the back of these guys. I'm really pushing, turning in way too early there, actually clipping the gravel trap. Not for the first time in this Grand Prix, but you can see now here on the end of lap 16 we have just over 1 lap left. Now onto the final lap, and we are within half a second of Albon. We have yellow flags up ahead, and Sebastian Vettel is out of the Grand Prix. I think he was in a podium position, and that moves us of course up into P7. It's very, very close here on lap 17. We're going to stay on board for the remainder of the Grand Prix. However, I'll be honest guys, these softer tyres were starting to go off now. I was really not receiving the grip I was hoping to receive, and I was expecting to receive compared to the beginning of the stint. However, Lewis Hamilton wins the Spanish Grand Prix, just beating Max Verstappen, and you can see the back end stepping out now. I'm not quite getting the same response from the tyres. We're running out of corners to get Bottas and Albon. We're just holding off Sainz at this point, and we will finish in P7. What a Grand Prix for Sergio Perez, and a return after his stint without racing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this last to first challenge today here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Definitely drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, always helps the channel out. Also drop a sub if you're new. Let me know in the comments if you think Perez will beat my P7 here in this Grand Prix. I'm sure he will, of course. Starting P4, I really expect him to push for a podium. But once again guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you next time.